It's like, look, there are people, there are career technocrats, bureaucrats who are just making these decisions. So people are like, well, if the government knows, why doesn't the government tell us?
Yeah.
And legacy program, which starts as a CIA, Air Force, defense contractors, but
And the Department of Energy.
well, I got that. See, I'm coming. But smartly, they do the Department of Energy. Why? Because they have all the atomic secret war act things, so that they can keep it secret and they can keep this. So there's the government and the government. So you've got these four agencies. What does the legacy program do? What was it designed to do? And tell me the beginning of it, because it was the start of the CIA and all that.
So a number of the interview subjects in my doc reveal that a program referred to as the legacy program has gate kept this information for basically 80 years. And that program involves elements of the CIA. It's not the CIA as a whole, it's certain people within the CIA, certain elements within the Department of Energy, certain elements within the US Air Force, and then private defense contractors. So that means companies like Lockheed Martin or Northrop Grumman. This program is, the people in my film explained, it's quarterbacked by the CIA. So they're like operational control. And all the other players serve certain purposes. So they explain that the Air Force is actually like in control of field operations, like doing actual retrievals of crashed UAP,
the ET,
traveling them back to wherever they store them, you know.
Vini senior insieme How would you draw the line between national security and the public's urge to know?
I think the public's urge to know is more like a right to know. If the unknown is known by a very small group of people, the injustice of not everyone knowing what they know is kind of what drives me, especially to tell the story of Disclosure Day. I am on much firmer ground now. Certainly, with all the circumstantial evidence that's out there, for me to believe that, they're here.
Why do UFO sightings persist? Are at least some of them figments of our imagination? Or are we missing something? In my latest book, Take Me to Your Leader, I actually explore what's possible in this universe. Given
I was in high school.
So aliens have just been a thing.
Well, it was more about UFOs. It wasn't peace-loving aliens. The first one I did was much more of the formulaic, monogram movie exploitation, but it was in an area of interest ever since I was a kid.
Yeah, and I mean, why wouldn't it be? Because everybody's interested in aliens at some point, but you have the power to bring it to life. on levels that no one could have imagined.
Well, it's not really so much my interest in aliens. It's been my interest in the unknown. And the feeling I've had, for a very long time, having been a consumer of everything involving the unknown, not the unknown, a million light years from here, but the unknown right here. And it's always been something that's really interested me. And I've always wondered, if the unknown is known by a very small group of people, the injustice of not everyone knowing what they know is kind of what drives me, especially to tell the story of Disclosure Day.
It never occurred to me to think of people left out as being the consequence of an injustice.
And inequity maybe is a better word for it.
No, but still, no, I'm applauding the term, because when it's an injustice, you want to correct that. As a viewer, you want to right the wrong, and you clearly established that in Disclosure Day. I mean, that was the greatest feeling any of us had as we watched this. A question that I've always had as a director: what is the value of the eyes of whatever it is you're looking into? Not only in Disclosure Day was there a lot of eye contact from animal to non-human animal to human animal, but also human to human, where you're kind of seeing into their soul, imparting a bit of empathy, I guess, is for lack of a better word there.
That is the word.
That is the word of the day.
Key word of the day.
But aliens tend to, as we now think of them, they all have big eyes, and eyes seem to matter. Can you just speak a little bit as a director? And let me throw in the mix the eye contact with a velociraptor.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, at my museum, the velociraptor is not much bigger than a big dog, but they were sort of pumped up in Jurassic Park so that you're making eye contact with something that's going to eat you. So not only as a source of fear, but as a potential source of empathy. Just how does that feel to you?
Well, with human beings, eyes are the mirrors of the soul. And to animals, I guess eyes are the mirrors of the appetite. But they both serve a similar purpose.
Animals with teeth. Yes.
They both give a kind of satiation. And I think everything is in the eyes. It's in the eyes. It's from any movie experience anybody's ever had. It's all about the eye. E.T.'s eye.